There we go. We're all set.
All right. Hey, everyone. I'm Lauren Zimmerman, and I'm a star director, and I'm in Trinity, Florida, which is near Tampa. And today we're going to talk about not missing out on a bonus, or a lot of times, as I like to say, not leaving money on the table. A simple quote that's fueled me for most of my Scentsy career is that consistency is the key to momentum. So doing all the small things all the time really matters. And it especially applies to bonus pay, because when you get into these consistent habits, you're going to see that it's easier to achieve all of these bonuses. And once you get it, once you feel that coming in motion, it's almost like at times you can feel that momentum in your business carrying you. It's a really cool thing. So today we're going to go over some Scentsy terms like PRV, TWV, GWV, active frontline, and we'll look at the compensation plan. Then it'll give you knowledge that will help you to not miss out on another bonus payout. And I know as much as this motivates some people, I know for others it can be a little overwhelming when we start to talk percentages, but just stay with me. I guarantee you're going to learn something new and something helpful that you can use for your business. And don't get intimidated by others or compare yourself to others. This is your journey. And then make sure that you guys comment on my post, because I'm going to do a drawing for a gift card, okay? And normally I don't type everything out, but since we're talking about compensation and numbers and bonuses, I don't want to get on a tangent where I forget something really important. So the first thing that you're going to want to reference and always have with you and know where it's at is the compensation chart. And this is in every catalog. It is in your consultant guide. You can even do a quick Google search. I like to keep one on my phone, like in my favorites, because you never know when the opportunity is going to come up and you're speaking to someone and you can talk about the Scentsy opportunity and how it would work for them and how you get paid. One of the funniest things is I recently tried to flip a hostess, and she was like, well, like, how do you get paid? Do you just get like warmers? Do you actually get money? So there is that perception out there that, I don't know, maybe they send us like sparkly, purple Scentsy things. No, we get paid in money. So we need to have that knowledge to be able to share it with people. And one of the most exciting things with Scentsy is you can get these bonuses even if you are a certified consultant. So if you're here and you're just like, you know what, Lauren, I don't want to build a team. I don't want to work on that. That's okay. We have a bonus even just for sales, which is amazing. So everyone starts out as an essential consultant. And once you sell 1,000 PRV, you're going to receive your first promotion and you will get paid 25% commission. So PRV is our personal retail volume. And most things equate dollar to dollar, but this does make a big difference. And I do find that new consultants can get a little confused with this, is that our licensed products or cost products don't always equate dollar to dollar because we have licensing fees to pay to produce those. So you want to make sure that you're aware of that, because you could you yourself or someone on your team can think, oh, I'm selling 5 of the child, the baby Yoda, and it's $40. So I am, pumped. I'm going to have a $200 qualifying party. And then they go in and they're like, nope, I don't have that party, or they weren't able to be active that month because they assumed that it was $200. And then that's one less frontline consultant for you. That's one less frontline consultant for you, and then that can affect your pay as well. So PRV is important to know, but every consultant has the opportunity to earn an extra 5% commission. It's called our monthly sales bonus. So even if you're just like, I just want to be a certified consultant for life, you can sell $2,000 each and every month and you will make $600 in commission. And I remember when I learned this, when I first became a Scentsy consultant, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's $600. And yes, it was a big stretch. I did not come out of the gate with this, I basically threw stuff out at my daughter's birthday party, and I had a qualifying order. That was my first launch party. Then I did a bigger one. But I was like, they're going to give me an extra bonus just because I hit this sales quota. And that really spoke to me, because prior to having kids, I worked in public relations and marketing. I had no chances for bonuses. And then I did have a job where I did sell some, but my bosses never said, oh, if you sell this much in a month, I'm going to just give you, extra bonuses. And I was actually really good at sales, and I never got that. So the important thing is to pay attention to your sales and team monitoring. So for instance, today it's the middle of the month, and I reached out to anyone on my team that say had over $1,000, because there's 16 more days left in the month, and there's a huge opportunity. It's our first month of the incentive, and it's a huge opportunity to reach and try to get that 2,000 and get extra bonus pay for the month. And so I like to break it down for people, and you can do this for yourself or your team. And so someone I reached out to needed another $360 to reach your bonus pay. But the other thing that I say is that is 12 more six packs in 16 days. Like, do you think you can do that? And usually that helps to break it down for your team member or even yourself, even if you're like, I need $500 more. So that's a big difference. And that's a way that you can help yourself or your team to earn that personal sales bonus pay. Because it's really important to be aware of this. And it's not fun when I wake up on the 1st and I run the report and I had been monitoring numbers, but somebody puts in an order late at night. And this has happened before. I'm sure it's happened to any leader here. And you see that a team member has the last one I could find that I looked up was $1,983 in sales. And I'm like, oh no, I wish I would have been up. I wish I would have seen that, because they could have sold $17 more. They could have sold a 3-pack of bars, and they would make more than $100 in their commission if they would have been paying attention or realized that they could have gotten the 5% bonus pay. So for me, I don't want to miss out on $100 of pay, and I'm sure most of you don't either. Okay, so we've gone over, even a certified consultant can get bonus pay in Scentsy, and that is our monthly sales bonus. So the next thing we're going to move to is those of you that are team builders and leaders, and this means that you've sponsored someone to your team, or that people under you have done the same. And this is where you start to earn leadership bonuses for mentoring and guiding your team, which is awesome, because this is really the heart of what we do at Scentsy. Once you get a taste of this opportunity, you just really want to share this business with others and help them to achieve success. But I mean, Scentsy actually rewards us for doing that. So it's really awesome. So we're going to go over some terms that you need to be aware of. And some of you, probably know this like the back of your hand, but some of you might learn something new here today. So frontline consultants are really important to your business and important to building your income. A frontline consultant is someone that you personally sponsor to join in the business. I often call them my business partners. They can also be someone who floats up to you. So say you sponsored someone, they're no longer with Scentsy, but they had a team. So those team members will float up. And to keep it really super simple, when you run a report, a frontline consultant is anyone that has that number 1 right next to their name. So that means that they are your frontline consultant. And the reason why frontline is important to your income with Scentsy is because you're going to earn bonuses on TWV, which is going to be your frontline's team wholesale volume. So people who have the numbers 2 and 3, they're going to float up to your frontline TWV, and that's how you get paid. So that all might not make total sense at the moment, but just stay with me. I promise that it will. So you're going to want to build your front line wide and then teach them to do the same thing. So I just got these crazy little graphics here, but when I think of building my team, I want it to look like a rectangle. So I have light little circles here where I have a lot of frontline, and then I'm teaching them to build and grow their teams down. So you don't want it to look like a triangle where you only have like one or two people, and then all the people under them are the ones who are building. You want a lot of frontline to go across your team, because that's going to make a huge difference. And Shelly's going to show at the end how having more frontline really affects your pay. So I'm a visual person, and I always liked that reference. So you want to make sure that you are like a rectangle and you have a lot of frontline spread all the way out. So what does team wholesale volume mean? This is your team volume, and it's 75% of your team's PRV. So basically, Scentsy takes out the 25% standard commission. And when I shared this with consultants on my team, one of the things that I feel starts to trip people up at the beginning is TWV and GWV. And I always say, just don't even think about that right now until you promote directors under you. You only have TWV, and that's all you need to worry about. And I'm kind of a big proponent with compensation plan and understanding your bonuses and making sure that you're getting them, that you kind of just know what you need to know right now, and then maybe for the next step ahead of you, because as you grow and build, it all starts to make more sense. So your TWV is your team wholesale volume, and until you promote out directors underneath you, that's the only one you need to worry about. All right, so today, to keep it simple, we're going to look at lead and star consultants. And why we're going to do that is because even if you are a bit higher, I'm sure you have lead and star consultants on your team, and this will help you to coach them and to mentor them. Or if you're even a new consultant or a certified consultant, these are two steps that I'm sure you can achieve this coming fall season. Once you achieve a title, you want to really continue to be paid at it. So that's where I was talking about consistency is a big key to momentum. Paid at title is really important. For one, because once you've established that consistency, it means that you're going to be ready to move on. Say when we go into this, I mean, we're in this crazy hyper growth period. So I feel like anyone could have promoted over these last few months, and it's going to be even crazier when we get into our technical, busy time of the year. So make sure that you're dreaming big, because you can definitely achieve it all. But it's important during the incentive season to make sure you'll get those bonus points for being paid at title, and then you'll get the bonus points for promoting. So for a lead consultant and beyond, there's some criteria that's like the same for every single leadership role. And each consultant needs to sell $500 in 1 month. So I really like that even when I first started, because it means that people above me are engaged, they're working their business, and they're not just sitting back and making money off of you. There's criteria that they have to do. And then as a lead consultant, you need at least one frontline consultant. So that would be someone that you sponsor. And they need to be active in that month. So they need to sell 200, you need to sell 500. And then you and all your team members together need to sell 1,000 team wholesale volume. So for me, I really think in PRV, so I've pretty much memorized these over the years, is that for a lead consultant, my frontline lead consultant and their team needs to have $1,330, I just rounded up, $34 in PRV. And with a smaller team like that too, it's usually real easy. You can see if they're going to get that. It's easy to add that up. And I actually have it's an old compensation chart, but I can share it that has all of the PRV listed next to it. So for me, I just think that way. I don't always think in percentages. So that's really helped me. So if all three, say that this lead consultant had 2 team members, okay? And that's the other advice that I have for you. You are most likely not going to miss out on bonus pay if you have more active frontline than what you're required to have. So for instance, if you're a lead consultant and you only have one frontline, that's going to be really hard every month to make sure that that one person is going to put $200 in. So lead consultants, I like to say 4 to 5 is great because you never know who's going to put their money in, who isn't. And then that way, you building your team more and your frontline wide, it's going to ensure that you don't miss out on that lead consultant bonus pay and that you aren't just paid as a certified consultant that month. So say there's 3 of them on the team, each of them sold $500, so that's $1,500 PRV. Their TWV would be $1,125. So the commission would include 25% of that lead consultant's pay, the $500. And then they would get, and I posted these, and you find them like in your workstation, but there's actually trainings in your workstation for each title. I don't know if you guys have ever searched for that. They're awesome. And then they show you what you need to do to promote. It's great. So that lead consultant would earn a 2% bonus on their personal wholesale volume. So that's awesome. So just for being a leader, you even get more money based on your own sales. So that would be $375 and 2% of that, because that would be their personal wholesale volume is PRV minus their commission, the 25% commission. So they would earn another $750 on that. And then they would earn another 2% on each of their frontline consultants who were certified consultants or essential who sold the 500. So that would be, you know, they're looking at like close to $23, okay? So that's not a huge amount of money, but what you can see is as you start to grow and advance up in your titles, that bonus pay keeps growing, and it's really important. Even for me, I'll take the $23. That's 3/4 of a way to a private tumbling lesson that my daughter takes once a week, okay? So I will take it. I don't want to miss out on that $23. And then there's ways that you just have to be aware in running your report for yourself and your team, because you don't want to miss out on this pay. And the more consistent you are with it, it does. It just keeps fueling itself. So say that the lead consultant sold $445, and then their other 2 consultants all together, they were over that 1,000 TWV mark. But guess what? That lead consultant that month, even though their title is lead, they're going to be paid as a certified consultant, and they are not going to earn their bonuses when they could have sold another $55 and they could have reached that. So if you're a lead consultant or you want to be a lead consultant, this is going to help you to achieve your bonuses, to achieve your consistency for the incentive. And it's going to help you as a leader because you're going to start running reports and sharing this with your team members and saying that, hey, you need to look at this. You're $55 away if you have a lead consultant who's in this position. And they really do, like, they want to earn that bonus pay. So make sure that you're reaching out, and then even with yourself that you're monitoring. And I'm sure a lot of you on here, like, you've received these messages from your directors saying, hey, you're this far away, and breaking it down for you so that you can reach these bonuses. So the bonuses on your frontline team's wholesale volume continue to climb as you advance up the ranks with Scentsy. As a star consultant, and you can find the star consultant, so you can see this. It's sometimes a lot nicer than looking at the chart, but they're 500, 2,500 team wholesale volume, and they need 2 active frontline. So again, if you want to be a star consultant, I would say that you should probably have, 5 to 6 frontline, because that's going to ensure that you're going to be able to keep those bonuses coming. But they're going to earn 4% on their personal wholesale volume. They're going to earn 4% on their essential or certified, and then they're going to earn 2% on their lead consultants. So that's going to be their front line again. So there can be more people under, but it's just going to be their front line's team wholesale volume that they get paid on. So you want to make sure that you stay up with that. And then 1 month, if your title can be star, but you come in at the lead amount, so your rank will be lead that month, and you'll be paid as a lead consultant and not a star consultant. Say that your team wholesale volume was 1,800, you would be paid that month at the rank of lead. And you don't want to miss out on those additional bonuses by not monitoring, because it does make a difference. And the biggest thing where it makes a difference is over a few months or over a year. It makes a really big difference. So you want to make sure that you monitor those. Then superstar consultant, you can see like you start to get a lot more bonuses. So that's where you can really start to earn more income. So tips for not missing out on bonus pay. If you truly want to grow your team and your business, successful leaders in Scentsy will tell you that the goal is to sell $2,000 a month and sponsor 2 new consultants. And obviously this equation can change. Like some of you might be a lot better at sponsoring and you're like, oh, I sponsor 3 to 4 people a month, but I'm just able to sell my 500. That's awesome. But high sales, I know for a fact, if you feel like you aren't that great at sponsoring, high sales can totally change the game for you, because you're going to be meeting more people, and that's more people that you can share the opportunity with. And the more frontline you have, the more that your income is going to grow. Like Jessica said last night, if any of you were on her incentive planning Zoom, which was awesome, you should watch it. If you weren't, Facebook parties right now are where it's at. I can tell you, like pre-COVID, my Facebook parties were okay, but like they weren't very consistent. I could say that. I'd have one that was amazing, and then I'd do the exact same thing or even adapt just to the personalities, and then I'd have another one that was like $200. But I have been blown away at the Facebook parties. So you definitely want to make sure that you do that. And this has been consistent for me, May, June, and July. And you know what's so cool for me? I've been doing Scentsy for 10 years, and I have found people like the neighborhood over who have never tried Scentsy before and have wanted to host parties in July, which is really, besides my very first year, I have never had that many like per se parties in July. So a way that you can continue to get these bonuses and build your front line is to host these parties and use the Earn a Kit option. And so what I've been doing is I share with them that $59 kit. They've all been doing so well. They would get that totally free, and they've even had money left to spend on more free. And they're getting 3 half-price items with that. And then I tell them what their commission would be. And something that's huge right now that Scentsy didn't do pre-COVID was they transfer all the online orders in 1 month to that hostess. Now, normally Scentsy wouldn't do that with the Earn a Kit. It just had to be you putting in orders and saying that you would flip it. But right now they will take the online sales. So you have to call them. So this is a great recruiting tool. It is an amazing way to build your front line, which is going to help you to not miss bonuses and leave money on the table, and is going to help you to increase your income. So hopefully you learned something new today by having this knowledge of bonus pay and how you can earn it. You need to know what you now know what you need to do to reach your next level and build your sales and lead your team. And as you advance up, your income will grow because your bonuses increase with each title, and it adds up each and every month. Like I said, over a year, say you're a lead consultant and you missed out on that bonus pay 9 out of 12 months, that's going to add up and probably make a difference to you and your family. So the more frontline you have, the more bonuses you're going to receive. And just make sure that you're aware of the compensation plan, you're aware of what title you are, and then what title you want to be, and put that goal and action items and plan, and everybody can achieve their dream title this season. And you can definitely make sure that you don't miss out on any of the bonus pay.
I'm talking on mute. That was awesome. And I know everybody's heads are like, oh, that is so much information. But Lauren reminded us, if you just flip open to the back of your catalog,
Yep.
You all can look at the compensation plan, and you can reference it all the time till you know those numbers. And what I want you guys to look at is where you are now and up to the next 2 levels. So if you're essential, I want you to think about certified and then lead. If you're lead, look at lead and star and start thinking about superstar consultant. If you're at star, you're thinking superstar consultant and director. This is hyper growth. Those of us have been around for 10 plus years. We experienced this when we joined, and it is so exciting. If you just joined today and you have your sights set on director and you know the compensation plan and you're doing the things that you learn over the next 2 weeks from all the breakouts and all the expos, and you pick and choose what's right for you and you just go for it, you can be a director by December. I promise you, if you put the work in, you can be a director. We have seen consultants within our group reach level 3 that have joined level 3 with Grow with the Flow that joined in 2020. I have seen consultants promote to star consultant that joined in 2020. So if you are sitting at Essential today and you want a director paycheck by December, if you do the work and you set your goals, you will see the results.
Okay. And I was in hyper growth when I started, our incentive used to start August 1st. I was a certified consultant and I was a director in November. So I double promoted in August. I don't know what month I promoted again, and then hit director. So that was definitely during a hyper growth time. So everyone here can totally do it, and you can get all of those awesome bonus payouts.
So look at your compensation plan. We will, you know what, Lauren, remind me, because I'm not writing it down. I want to go ahead. We have a compensation plan video that we can post so that we don't have to go through each of those levels. There is a compensation plan video we will post to the SFR Hangout, and there is training on your training center. Plus, your director is more than happy to set 15 minutes aside to coach you through the compensation plan so we can talk about where you are, what your report looks like today, what it looked like last month, and what we should project it for this week. You guys, we love this stuff. Go ahead, Lauren.
Okay, so Beth says, question. So it says your rank must be higher than their title. So how does that work? Okay, so
go ahead, Lauren.
I think what you're asking is, okay, so as you start to build a team, like especially during hypergrowth, sometimes things start out like just really go fast and furious, and say you promote to star consultant, and then you've got a rock star under you, and in 1 month it looks like maybe they're going to promote to star consultant. So for you to get paid on their TWB, you would need to promote to superstar consultant. You kind of always need to be a step ahead of your frontline team members until you become a director. And then you can promote out directors and you won't lose that pay. So, and that's why we talked so much about the frontline, because the more frontline you have, you're not going to have to worry about that. So that's why
it's going to happen. Lauren, it's going to happen. You guys, August, September, we're telling you right now, you are right here. You have a front row seat. You're getting the information that you need. You are building your toolbox over the next 2 weeks for the fall season. In 90 days, you will look back and be like, whoa, what happened? Well, that took me by surprise. How did I get here? I promise you, it'll be okay. If you have your best friend join today and you both get to lead in August, it's okay. You want that. Those are the people you want on your team. You
Absolutely.
Want to build your business with your best friend, your sister, your newest consultant, your cousin, your brother, whoever wants to join your team over the next 3 to 6 months. So during this incentive period, during this catalog period, whoever joins your team, it is okay if you guys go up the ranks together, because that's what you want. You want people that want to promote. Don't lose sight of where you're going together, because long term, long run, you both want sustainable businesses and you want to build frontline directors. So I have the big reveal. Lauren, should we start with some paydays?
Yeah, let's do some paydays. Right.
So I am going to share my screen. And here we go. So I'm going to show you a hyper growth March through December, because that's what we're looking at, right? So
Yeah.
this is the last time we experienced hyper growth, I pulled somebody's paychecks, and this is what they look like. I borrowed these from another person who used this for a training. So this is a hyper growth paycheck. March, they had one active frontline and there were 2 people. Her paycheck was $295. April, her PRV was $14.94. She didn't know about that bonus. She didn't have Lauren telling her. She had a team of 2, and her front line wasn't active because she forgot to tell her front line, hey, get active this month. So she had $373. Okay, now I know that I get a 5% bonus and I need to build my team and promote to star. Check this out. Well, I bet, and she might have even been paid at lead at $664. That's probably lead pay bonus. So now look at the difference here. That 163, 194, it's summer. She kind of took a nap. Nobody told her to stay busy. And then August, she sold over $2,000. She built her team built their team, and her paycheck went up to $1,370. Anybody on the Zoom today? $1,370 next month, $1,370 by Christmas. And look, this is not, if you are a team of 2 and you start today building your list, you attend all the breakouts, all the expos about recruiting and team building, you get yourself some frontline, you have your frontline recruiting, you sell over $2,000, you're looking at $1,000. Next one, 10 frontline. So she's still on the recruiting. We're in hyper growth. And her team size, 15. So somebody on her team also got someone. And then her paycheck went down to $800. But look at this, $2,200 in sales. Look at that difference when you get that 5% bonus. 13 active frontline, 26 people on her team. Her team doubled. Do you see where we're coming from with hyper growth? If you have a team of 2 and they each get somebody, and you each get somebody, and then you each get someone, this is possible. We have earn a kit. Every Facebook party is an opportunity to become a VIP page and flip that hostess. Learn that lingo. We talked about Jessica set the 5 things, and Facebook party, VIP page, and flip the host and earn a kit. All 4 of them could make your team go from 2 to 26 by October or December. So look at those paychecks. What do you guys think of that? Does that sound like paychecks you'd like to earn? That is very doable. Okay, who wants to know what director paychecks look like? So here are some paychecks, and I'm sorry if it's a little small on your screen. So here's some leader paychecks. I'm not sure of their titles, but they're all attainable. 4 frontline, 14 on your team, $800. You could have that now. You get that team building and growing and sell $2,000. I'm guessing that's a star consultant. I think star is your sweet spot for a consistent. Earlier today, Heather was sharing that she makes her car payment consistently. And is Heather on here? I think she's a star consultant, maybe a superstar consultant, but consistently earns that car payment every month. So now we've got 3 active frontline, 15 people on our team, and $1,300. That's probably a superstar consultant paycheck. Even a star could make $1,300 on, on their paycheck. 5 frontline, 10 people on their team, $1,700. $1,400. 8 frontline, 25 people on their team. So they might be selling less, but they have more people selling with them. So let's jump down here to director paychecks. $2,200, 5 active frontline, 25 people on their team. These are real numbers. These are paychecks that happen. $3,000 or $2,960, 7 active frontline, team of 21, and a group. So I'm guessing she's got some directors, probably deep. That's where she didn't go, or he didn't go wide. 2,600 or 2,667, 14 frontline, a larger group, smaller team. See the same paycheck? $4,000, 38 active frontline and a team of 193 and a group of 218. So now you're getting paid on directors. That's where some of this bonus is coming from. And notice this active frontline number. These are real numbers. And what's real about these numbers, and I'm going to switch back to turn off the screen. What's real about these numbers is that every single one of these consultants started with the same opportunity. The starter kit might have looked a little different. The season could have been different. The catalog could have been different. But everyone in this business has the same opportunity. We all have the same compensation plan, the same resources, the same training. The only variable is the consultant and what they decide to do with the opportunity. All of you have the ability. You all listen to the Zoom because you're interested in making more money and using Scentsy as a vehicle to make your hopes and dreams come true. We dreamed this morning. We saw some real paychecks. Lauren explained to you how to not leave any money on the table. These paychecks can be paychecks that you earn this season, a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. You just have to decide what you are willing to do and what it's going to take to get you where you want to go. And some of those numbers, if you start thinking, okay, the compensation plan is telling me the magic number is 3 active frontline. To promote to a director, the top, or you have to have 3 active frontline. So you're going to have to build your frontline wide. Not every month. If I only have 3 frontline, every month, they're not all going to be active. So I always say double. If I need 3 active, I better have 6. So if you have 1 person on your team now, work for 2. When you get 2, work for 4. Annette, come in.
And I don't know if you guys noticed, like in her spreadsheet with, you saw the pay increase with when they had more active frontline as well. So that's why that's something that I really went over, is because the more active frontline that you have, it's going to increase your paycheck. So it's really, you know, that's something that is important to concentrate on and offer the opportunity. And the Facebook parties and the Earn a Kit and the hostess flipping is a great way to do that.
So it's up, yeah. I'm so sorry about that. I had told her I can't leave the wax on it'll be right inside the door, and she was ringing my doorbell like 4 times. So sorry. And that's on your recording. I wonder if Annette's gonna watch and see me be all upset.
Annette.
Like, I told you. Anyway, I just want you guys to think, what would $600 do for you? You have 100% control over that $600.
Yeah, absolutely.
This morning, I told you guys about my porch. Interesting enough, one of my friends, customers, came by to porch sniff today, and on my cute little bench, I leave the cooler, and then I always tell them, text me when you're here, and I'll pop my head out for safe sniffing. And I pop my head out, and she's sitting on the bench. She goes, I love your furniture. I said, funny that you should say. I was just talking about how my goal last March was to sell $2,000. So my commission would be $600 to treat myself to my patio furniture for my front porch. I have beautiful planters. I have 3 sets of pillows. I have beautiful rugs and 4 pieces of furniture out there. It's very important to me. So I loved that I got to share that story we had just talked about. But anyone that is thinking big, dreaming big, attending these breakouts, investing time in your business, this can happen. We shared real paychecks for real consultants that work this as a business, treat it as a business, and share the opportunity with other people, because this business is life-changing. These paychecks can be life-changing, whether it's 50 bucks, $600, $1,000, $1,200, a free vacation for you and your family. All of it can be life-changing. So it's up to you guys to take this information, digest it, meet with your director and your sponsor or both, and set a plan for yourselves, because this is just the beginning of the wave. If you think that the last couple months have been great and you didn't know where the business came from, or you haven't seen that happen yet, just wait. It's coming. So thank you so much. Now we can open this up for a couple questions. Anybody have any comments or questions before?
Anybody else have any questions?
Okay, the documents are loaded in the page. So, and we'll put them in as a PDF in files, so they'll be easy for you to find. And you can listen to this recording. You can look, we'll post that compensation plan video, so it will walk you through a little bit. And you can also find this information on the training. So right now, dream big, write down that paycheck, and then we can work backwards. What title do we need to set our sights on? Why do you want that paycheck? What that paycheck is going to do for you is what's going to motivate you. All right, you guys, tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, we are going to meet up for a fast 30 minutes of Scentsy aha moments. I've got an amazing lineup of leaders, and we would love for you to also bring your aha moments to share if you want. And that will help you continue to build this dream and see the possibilities of what this business can do for you. Bye. Have a good evening.
Bye, guys.
A couple hours.